So with Google Keep, there is a variety of different ways that you might create a note, but in some cases, you may create a really long note, like a lot of text, a lot of information in there, and realize that maybe a little post-it note style app isn't the best place for this content because you want to do more with it. And you can take any of the notes that you've created and actually turn them into a doc. So let's look at how that would work. Here I'm both on the browser and on my phone, and it works a little bit differently between the two of them. So I'll use this dictate a note one to start with. I'm going to click on that. And in my browser, the choice that I have is actually down here on these three little dots. I'm going to go ahead and hit those three dots, and I have the choice here of copy to Google Docs. So I'm going to click that, and immediately it says copying to Google Docs, and it's even going to allow me to open that doc. So I'll click that now. It takes me to a new document that it's actually named for me, dictate a note, so that's good. I'll get rid of that for a second. It's taken the title and thrown it in there, and then it's just, of course, pasted the words in there for me. I can hit enter, and I can also then, if I wanted to, actually look at the sidebar here in Docs. This is a bit of a newer feature. We've got Keep showing up there now. And if I've got Keep notes in here, I can start scrolling down and see some of the stuff that I've been working on here and grab, I don't know what's a good one. I'll try the one with the picture, dog and girl. I'm going to click on that, and I can actually, where's my option here? Three dots, add to document. So I can add from Keep to my document right from here as well, from inside the document, not necessarily starting at Keep. So I'll add to document, and that's going to grab that particular note, and it's going to drag it and add it basically right into my document here for me. And just make things a bit smaller. Perfect. So I got the title there of the actual note, and then I got the blurb that went with it. So that's sort of two ways to use the browser and bring notes that you have from Keep into a document. Now, with my phone, I said I could do that as well. So if I'm just over here on my phone, let's get that guy back up. There we go. With my phone now, what I've got the option to do, I'll go ahead and use, say, that checklist from the previous video. I click on that, and when I hit the three dots, I don't see any add to, what we're saying, add to docs option here. It's not one of my choices. If I tap the three dots at the top, I have tick box choices since this was a list, but that's all I get. So here's how I actually need to do this. Yeah, here's how I need to do this from my device. I actually tap and hold that particular note for a second. You can see it's got that white highlight around it now. So with that white highlight on there, now I can actually tap the three dots that I'm seeing at the very top of my screen. And that is saying, hey, do you want to copy this to Google Docs down at the very bottom? So if I tap that and send it over to Docs, it says it's doing it. And then it's even giving me the choice to open this now. If I tap the little orange open option, switch back to my other account. And there it is. It's opened the checklist for me in Docs. Now in Docs, it turns it into these bulleted lists with strike through. It doesn't actually have checkboxes anymore, but it did turn it into what I wanted it to be. If I want to see that, of course, in the browser, I'm going to have to go look at that in Docs. So I'll just switch back to my browser here for a second. I'll click my blue piece of paper to get back to the Docs home page. And because it's so recent, even though it was created somewhere else, there's the My Checklist right there. And I can go ahead and open that guy up. And there's that same checklist that we're seeing on the phone. So I'm, again, able to take it from my phone and just drop it right into my document. Now, vice versa, if I wanted to, let's say I delete these guys. Let's make this look a little bit different. I'll call it my doc note, which doesn't make much sense, but it will in a second here. I'm going to take away the bullets just so we're not confused about what it is we're looking at here. And one option I have now that I didn't have before is I can actually take this now. I think it's in Tools, is it? They keep moving stuff around for me. Shortcut to Drive. I had a nice option. I think it's in the right-click menu now, isn't it? Save to keep. There it is. I knew it was in there. I have to actually highlight some text and right-click that information, and I can send this to Google Keep. It will pop up my little sidebar. It'll actually create a brand new Google Keep note for me based on my document. So that's a bit of a reversal on you. Initially, I was just saying you could take things from Keep and throw them into Docs, but as a little side note, you can actually take things from Docs and throw them into Keep. So I grab this little note, toss it in there, and then continue editing that note, say from my phone or something if I knew it was going to be mobile. So you can go both directions. You can make things in Keep and then go ahead and add them to Docs because they've gotten a little too big, or you can find something that maybe you want to add or edit or share as a Keep note rather than a document and do it that way. And there's some other options that are nice by adding things to Keep from a document where you can start adding reminders and tie it into calendar and things, but that's a different video.